In the previous video, I was discussing the 4 things you can do to begin to have that friendship with yourself. And in today's video, I want to get specific on that first thing. And the first thing is that you want to start by actually spending time with yourself to get to know yourself, right? We can't just bombard ourselves with going out with a bunch of people and doing a bunch of stuff, because what happens? We get sucked into the way they feel and how they feel about us, and probably we get sucked into being the entertainer or the person that's holding up the discussion. We get a little exhausted, we go home and we do it all over again. So how do we begin to spend that time? How much time is enough? And what do we do with the time that we're spending on our own? All good questions. Okay, so the first thing I want you to begin doing is actually setting aside some time during the week. And if you have a schedule, whether it's on a Google Calendar or actual written calendar, I want you to actually write that time out for yourself. So let's say Monday night. I mean, Monday night's not a big night to go out with folks either, so it's a perfect night to begin to spend some time with yourself. So let's say Monday night after work, you get your work done at work and you come home. So you actually schedule some time in your calendar, and let's say it's Monday night after work, right? So you leave work, and you actually have an idea of what you want to do. And the first thing that I did when I started doing this in my own life years ago is I actually went to the store and I picked up some stuff to make some food for myself. And it was something that I had never really done before, okay? I was one of those people that I would pick up something fast, I would eat it in the car or whatever, but I was never thinking about what I needed to do for myself. When it came to other people, I would make food for them or what have you, but when it came to me, not. So what I started doing is I actually made a menu of what I wanted to eat. So I decided what I wanted to make, and I went to the store and I got it, or I went to somewhere that it can already be pre-made, but it needs to be quality food. And I actually went there with intent, right? And then I came home and I actually set the table, or I set a little area for myself to eat. I didn't stand up at the counter and just suck my food down, okay? I actually focused on spending that time with myself. Another thing that I did is I began to kind of journal about thoughts and feelings that I had. And I began to also kind of journal about what was going through my mind and what was going on that day. And I began to kind of ask myself questions that a friend would ask me, right? Like a friend would ask me about how my day was or what happened at work. And it wasn't like I was having this two-way conversation, but I was actually asking myself mentally, how did I feel about this? And how did my day go? And I journaled about some things that I was really happy about. And I journaled about some things that I didn't really find that I was that happy about, but I was able to understand what were my feelings behind it. How did I feel? What was I thinking? You know, another thing that I've realized too is that I also kind of did an inventory in the beginning of spending this time on my own of the different friendships I had. And I began to do an inventory of the things that really brought joy into my life and the things that didn't. And then that's when I began to realize that the quiet time that I had, and I would pick either a movie or something, that I had some great time to spend on my own doing what I wanted to do. And one of the biggest things that I learned spending the time on my own is I got to know what I like to do. Most of the time I realized I was doing other things for other people because that's what they wanted to do, not what I wanted to do, okay? And so the idea of spending time on your own is getting to know you. It's like having a friendship with you. It's like dating you, right? And getting to know what you love, what you don't like, what you like to eat, what you don't like to eat. And starting that friendship like that is where we're going. And we'll talk more here in these next few videos because we get a little deeper and we take it to another level, but we have to start by spending that time with ourselves. And so I ask that in the first week, maybe doing it twice a week, 2 nights out of the week, spending time with yourself and focusing on you. And you can build up from there. I'm not wanting you to isolate yourself, but I want you to just spend some time formulating that relationship and really finding out what you love to do, what you like, reading things that you like, journaling on your day, journaling on your thoughts, and actually focusing on making yourself feel good by making a nice meal, spending some nice time, and actually caring about your well-being. In the next video, I'll be discussing how to identify how you treat yourself. And that's going to be awesome, and how we can really focus on the positive and the negatives and how to make some really quality and quick changes so that you can begin to develop that friendship faster and really see the fruits of your labor. I hope this video has helped you. Please share it with your family and friends. And also in the comments section, love to hear if you've worked on this yourself. How did you become your own friend? What are some things that you did in that alone time, spending time with you, cultivating that relationship that went a long way to you realizing your value and your purpose? Please subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. And you know I want you to live your true life, so don't forget to live your true life.